What makes you guys different from a luxury real estate brokers?
It starts at the first telephone contact, the pickup at the airport, going to see properties together, giving them the best feeling they can have. I get a lot of people on the phone that never met us said, yeah, but I've been talking to 5 brokers before and this one says this and this one says that. No, but we're on your side, on the same side of the table. Whether it's now, whether it's in 2 years, but we'll find what you're looking for. We'll find your dream. That's where we differentiate. And the most difficult thing for me, and that's where Lead Estate helps us as well, people have to get to know us.
You already introduced it a bit. We are having this partnership with each other.
What we're most happy with is not only the volume of leads that you're creating, it's also the fact that you do the first follow-up. This is so important.
Are doing it in a different way, in an emotional, deontological, good way, as we do it in the real estate, but you are doing it on the marketing side.
Yeah. So we're at an average of one deal per month, which is for our niches.
We are really happy about it, and things are growing, the volume is growing, the quality is even rising. For me, we're not two separate companies. We're one company, and you're our marketing department from Marbella Beachfront.
Yeah.
Welcome to the very first partner podcast of Lead Estate, between Lead Estate and Marbella Beachfront. Today we're going to talk about our partnership that we've been having in the last 4 months, and all the insights that we gathered and the results and how it went. But first, let's talk a bit about Marbella Beachfront and tell, for example, also the viewers what Marbella Beachfront is about and what makes you guys different from a luxury real estate brokers compared to the others.
Right, so Marbella Beachfront mainly focuses on Dutch and Belgian leads. Mathieu is Belgium, I'm Dutch myself. Obviously, we get leads from all over Europe, but I think our main focus is on the Benelux. We position ourselves in the high end of the market, so we're doing generally sales above €1 million. But what really distinguishes us is the level and the depth of service that we offer. Really take clients through the whole process, from the beginning right up until the end, and after the end, after the acquisition. More and more people now are actually moving to the Costa del Sol. They're relocating, so we help them with everything which they need in terms of installing themselves and having really living on the Costa del Sol. Yeah. So it's much more than just transactional, selling of real estate. But,
it's the whole experience, everything combined in one package.
Yeah.
And I'm curious as well for you, Mathieu, how does it come for you?
It starts at the first telephone contact, the pickup at the airport, going to see properties together, closing the deal, selling their dream property, whether it's a second home or their permanent residence, and giving them the best feeling they can have. Yeah. And that's really important for me. I come from another career before. I'm an economist, I'm an investment banker and wealth manager before. So it has always been for me helping the client feel good. Whether it's a pure emotional investment or a strict investment, pure property, like value-wise, we want to help them through the whole trajectory. And what's really important for me also, and which distinguishes us, is we're a boutique broker. We're not a huge company and sometimes clients even tell us that we went through a process with other brokers and we felt a bit like we're a number. Yeah, one of all the clients they had, maybe much more clients in quantity, but we go for quality, not quantity. And that in a very deontologic, correct way, that's really important for me, making the client feel good. And another thing to add to that is really important for me is that we are 100% independent. We're no listing agents. We are property finders, as we call ourselves. Yeah. So we're on the side of the client. Whether the client wants to buy property A, B, or C in region A, B, or C, whether it's Meer van Andalusia, New Golden Mile, Estepona, Malaga, doesn't matter. We want our client to be happy. Up until the moment they get the keys to their property, we can help them find partners to install their furniture, whether it's inside, outside, the whole trajectory. And that's what makes our clients happy. And that's why they choose Marbella Beachfront.
That's
Right,
right.
Edmond?
Yeah, and this is testimony to that is that we get a lot of indications of happy clients who bought with us.
Yeah.
They indicate to their friends, and
Yeah, I have referrals.
I think it's
that's the best
Yeah.
reward we can get is that people come to us saying, "Hey,
yeah,
mouth-to-mouth publicity wise,
Yeah.
we heard from you.
Yeah.
You had a happy transaction with Edmond or with me, and that's how we roll."
By the service that you're providing for your clients, of course.
yeah.
And to talk a bit about how Marbella Beachfront was created, I'm looking to you, Edmond, of course.
All right. So
Take us a bit there.
Yeah. So I have a real estate brokerage firm in Brazil. I lived in Brazil for 18 years. I was married to a Brazilian. The mother of my children is Brazilian. I've got 3 children. They have a double nationality, Dutch, Brazilian. So I've lived in Brazil for 18 years, up until 2016, which was one of my firms was a real estate rental platform, and I managed to sell that to the Accor group, the French group, the Accor, hotel group, and that was consuming so much of my time before the sale. So when I saw I was in a position like, what shall I do next? Our children were very young at the time, 1, 3, and 9 years old. So we discussed together, me and my wife, about what to do next. And we always wanted to give them a European education. Brazil is a beautiful country, but education is a bit complicated. I mean, you have good schools, but then normally they're in big towns where it's a little bit dangerous. So we wanted to go to Europe to mainly for the children. And obviously, I mean, my passion has always been real estate, so I wanted to set up something here. I had some friends already living here. They told me a little bit about Marbella. Contrary to so many people from Europe, I'd never been to Marbella before 2016, so I came to have a look here. And I immediately fell in love with Marbella, as so many of our clients do when they get to know the region. So I started the Marbella Beachfront with the idea to sell to Europeans beachfront or properties with a view close to the beach, and things took off, and they started slowly, like any business, I guess, but quite quickly we turned it to something very stable and consistent,
and then Mathieu came.
That's right.
Yeah. I moved here about 2 years ago with my wife, being Belgian. I've sold my banking business in Belgium. And my mother-in-law has had a house here in La Cala de Mijas already more than 15 years. So we know the region quite well. Came here two, three times in a year, but mainly on holidays, right, with the kids. And after selling my business in the summer of 23, my wife and I decided we wanted to spread our wings. The children were then 4 and 7, so ideal age to spread our wings. And what better choice to go to Marbella? Good climate, cultural-wise. You have for me, it's such an inspiring. We talked about this before, Maarten. Inspiring environment here. You have professionals from all over the world. It's not that vibe anymore like 20 years ago where people think both Costa Blanca or Costa del Sol is for retired people, let's say. So, and that's
super youthful and international.
Yeah, indeed. And that's what attracted us. So we moved here with the idea to give it a try for a couple of months, see what life brings. Yeah. And actually, it's a funny story because I was and we still don't know how I got in there. Yeah. I was in the newsletter of Edmond of Marbella Beachfront. Yeah. And without my wife even knowing it, I replied to his newsletter. I texted him. I said, hi, sir. I didn't even know. I think, or I said, hi, Mr. Van Wijngaarden. You have an amazing newsletter. Yeah. It's professional, looks good. I like the branding. I just moved here looking for a house as well. And I thought, maybe you're open to looking for a partnership or new colleagues. And that's how we met. And a couple of months later, we became partners. That's actually, long story, very short. Yeah. So as we were here 2-3 months, I realized my wife was happy. Not that we weren't happy in Belgium, but it's a whole other, it's another quality life.
Yeah.
you cannot compare it to what we had in Belgium. Both our kids are happy here. They live outside. My son plays football, soccer and rugby. My daughter goes to horseback riding. She does acro gym. So it's such an international and cool vibe that we decided to stay. Bought our house together with Edmond. Went to search for a house, found our dream house, and we decided to stay. And that's how we became partners professionally, became friends, and my family moved here. Maybe, you never know what life brings, but hopefully forever.
It went all super, super fast based on your
Indeed.
story.
Yeah.
What is the connection, the chemistry that made it that fast? Because, as you said, it's just a newsletter that you saw. You can connect
I
with
think,
each other.
I think what's clear, we're both entrepreneurs, so we were used to switching quickly and taking quick decisions. Basically, I mean, the business was growing. Mathieu had some really new, fresh ideas, and I needed that. Obviously, as you can see, he's a bit younger than I am, so brings in a lot of new ideas and new energy, and it's working out really well. So I think we just had a click, we had a good good feeling.
Actually, I will never forget this, because I was in the newsletter of Marbella Beachfront, but we didn't know each other. But at that time, my wife and I were already searching for a house. In my background as an economist and a banker, I did a lot of wealth management, but also investment management in real estate projects. So I had some experience there, and I love talking and doing things around real estate and the projects, whether it's new projects or existing real estate. But as we were searching for our own house, both my wife and I'm not going to say we're the most toughest or the most difficult clients, but we have some standards and we want to talk in a good way. And to be really honest, and it was like that before I met Edmond, we were in contact with, I think, 6, 7, 8 different brokers. And honestly, not one of them, we felt like, wow. And that has nothing to do with the apartment or the houses they brought in, but the way they were handling with us. It was so, a lot of the times, like pushy. You felt that they wanted to catch us. We didn't feel like they were working for us, finding our dream house.
Yeah.
They were pushing us to buy a house through them to get their commission. I've been in sales and commercial functions all my life, both as an employee and later on as an employer. And none of my people that worked for me could ever work in that way. Yeah. As I'm not the bossy person, and we were a team. And I think with your clients, you have to team up. Yeah. We're both on the same side. We're looking together to find that dream property.
Yeah, and also important is that's one of the feedbacks we get often, is that people appreciate if you would advise them not to buy a property. It happens. It happens all the time. We're looking at a property, and maybe it's a huge villa. You can make potentially a very high commission. They're interested, but there's something they don't like. Maybe it's at a certain moment of the day there's a little bit of road noise. They told you didn't like that. You say, listen, let's come back later because I think there's some road noise at this and this time. They come back and they don't buy it, and they appreciate. I mean, you have a client, you have a loyalty for life, and you don't make the sale at that moment, but. Yeah. And I think that's very important.
And it's just mainly because instead of you guys making impact on your own bank account, you're focusing on making impact on the client. Yeah. And because you're focusing on making impact on the client, the money follows the impact. So of course they have a good experience. Yeah. You're becoming their trusted advisor because you've actually said no to a deal.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's the most important thing, whether it's about real estate investments or cryptos or whatever. Yeah, we are there. As I was a banker before, we are their trusted person. Yeah, and that's what we wanted to be, what we want to be, what we will always be, and that's in our DNA. Let's say that's what Marbella Beachfront stands for. Yeah. And we have a lot of brokers, and you have a lot of good ones, but you have a lot of greedy, pushy ones that people feel like.
It's a very competitive market. I mean, it's so competitive.
Indeed.
I think there's 4,000 official brokers on the coast. I heard someone say the other day.
That's also because, of course, you don't need to have a license here. You can just become a broker if you want to become a broker.
I think that's changing now slowly. They're starting to put in some demands on that, but it's true. It's very easy to become a broker, an official broker. I mean, you can just put up a website and basically that's it.
Yeah.
And then you have the unofficial brokers, the butchers becoming brokers when they see an opportunity, and there's another couple of thousand of those. So,
Indeed.
I mean, it's very important to transmit the professionality and the reliability towards clients, and it's obvious, but it doesn't happen enough.
So that's also why I think, especially also in the business of Marbella Beachfront, it's so important to differentiate yourself in a certain profession that you have with delivering more impact on your service.
Yeah.
Because as you said, there's more people coming here. There's more people becoming a broker. Competition is getting bigger. How do you guys see, for example, for yourself evolving more in the luxury real estate market in Marbella, and how to differentiate yourself as a broker?
Like we said before, it's becoming that trustworthy person for the client. And the most difficult thing for me, and that's where Lead Estate helps us as well, is people have to get to know us. We have a great big network, Flanders, Belgium, the Netherlands. So that works the best actually. And then people that don't know us, I get a lot of people on the phone that never met us said, yeah, but I've been talking to 5 brokers before, and this one says this, and this one says that. They all think for themselves, the broker side then. And then I tell them, no, but we're on your side, on the same side of the table. And we will find something, whether it's now, whether it's in 2 years, but we'll find what you're looking for. We'll find your dream. And that has been like that in the past, and will get more and more important in the future as it becomes an even more competitive market. That's where we differentiate, and that's where the good will survive, and then maybe the other ones won't. I don't know, but
and another thing is patience. I think is very, very crucial in this market, because you have obviously it happens. We have clients who come over and they buy the same day or the next day. This happens, but in a lot of cases, maybe the most cases, people they buy after 3 years. They start talking to us today, and then we send them properties, and then they are planning a new life, coming to Marbella, and then suddenly 2 years later saying, we're coming, do you remember me? And so
that's a good example actually, Edmond. In my own search for my own house, I had that feeling a lot. Like they felt that this guy is not going to buy in a week. I'm not going to waste time and energy on that guy.
And this is where they're losing it, because there is indeed no patience. They're not building any relationship with the client. True. So of course,
that's it.
That's where they lose it.
But what's then difficult again is that a lot of people have this not so good or bad experience with those type of people. That they first get to know us and are quite skeptical. And for me, the best emotional, and as a human being, as a person, the best feeling I ever get is that people say, hey, at the beginning we thought you were gonna be like all the others we met before, and after a couple of days and a video call and one property search day we do together, people say at the end of the evening we have a good, I'm a beer guy, we go have a beer and we drink a beer, we have a dinner together, and people say, hey, actually Matthew, with you we feel comfortable.
Just adding to that, and what's very important as well is that we're 2 of us, and we have probably it's maybe better than us the quantity of leads where we have we're not overwhelmed with leads. We have good leads, so we want to give a good service. So what you see with other brokers, they have an agenda. So they have a client and they do 3-4 visits, and then they have to move on to the next client. So it's maybe an hour or 2 or 3. We can spend 1 or 2 or 3 full days with the client. Go out for dinner, lunch, talk, maybe even visit schools because they want to relocate. It's really a different process, and that's fun to do. You can't do that with tens of clients per day. You need to really have
that's what the quality is so important.
Attention.
Otherwise there's going to be so much noise that you're overwhelmed with everything, and everything is going to lead to nothing. Just to also go more into that, you already introduced it a bit. We are having this partnership with each other. Now for the last 4 months, quite successfully.
Is it only 4 months actually? It feels like longer. Me too.
It has been 4 months. So what for you guys were the expectations when we were going to start this partnership? To take it a bit through the beginning.
Well, shall I start?
Yeah, go ahead.
I know we're very enthusiastic as you know, but I think what we're most happy with is not only the volume of leads that you're creating, which is wonderful. Don't know how you do it, but it's working. But it's also the fact that you do the first follow-up. This is so important. We've had a different experience before, and we did get a good volume of leads. But I would say at the time, maybe 80% of our time had to be forcefully dedicated to the first contacts, and then obviously 70-80% of leads end up not being too serious. So you do that first shift,
that selection,
and then when we get it, the client has already shown to be serious, and that
gives us the
where it's a
time,
real partnership,
to do what we are good at.
And that also aligns with what you guys are saying with building a relationship.
I was going to say the same thing, but
being patient. So perhaps when you guys needed to do the follow-up yourself, there was probably really good leads between there that were going to visit Marbella. But because you need to juggle between so many practices at the same time, you don't have the time for it. And your quality of work, of course, goes backwards because you cannot focus on the thing you're good at. And you need to do this and this and this. And it's just a split focus. Instead of just like a straight focus on one point, and that's closing the deal, and of course building the relationship with the client.
That's right.
And actually, it's exactly the same as we were telling about Marbella Beachfront, and wanting to be the partner of our clients. And with you guys, it feels, and I felt it from the beginning, was a bit, you're not sure yet, but after the first 1 or 2 meetings, we immediately felt like, hey, these guys are doing it in a different way, and are doing it in an emotional, deontological, and in a good way as we would do it, or as we do it in the real estate. But you're doing it on the marketing side. You're the expert on that side. We're the expert on the real estate side, helping our clients on that. And you guys, for me, are much more than the previous partnership we had with our marketing agency on this side of the table.
It's funny.
We're working together.
It's almost like we're the same company. We're one company.
And we really feel that as well. For example, in the group chat, when there's a new appointment, there's new leads, there's new deals.
Boom, we share success, we share disappointments, we share everything. And that's what a good partnership is about. Being able to share with each other the pains and the gains, let me call it like that. And that's what feels good, really good for me. As from the start.
And I think we've done a good number of deals as well since we started with you. So it's showing to be a very positive collaboration.
Yeah, the volume has risen, and also the quality has risen a lot. And due to the fact that with this first shift that Gwen is doing for us, that helps us a lot to focus on the really good potential clients, and we can have and make time for them to give them the service they want and they need.
And the deals also went fast, because within the first 75 days, how much transactions have we made?
3 now, eh?
In the 75 we did 2. Then close very fast we did number 3. And nice, really sweet spot, good deals.
Closing the 4th one, so that we're at an average of one deal per month, which is for our for
segment,
our niche, it's
we are really happy about it, and things are growing, the volume is growing, the quality is even rising. From your side, we're not the marketing experts again, but I know you're testing a lot of new stuff and trying to find ways to also on social media differentiate us, because again, we can say we are different than others, but it's having that first contact. Having people realizing that we are different. Because on the phone I can say, hey, but we're different. But you have to get through that brick wall, break open that wall, and then after 1-2 meetings, people say, you guys really are different. Because everybody says they're different, of course. They will never say, hey, we're all the same, we're all cowboys, and we just want to make a good commission. No, give us the chance to feel that difference. And that's also coming back to lead estate. That's also at the first contact was also I contact you guys or vice versa through a simple Facebook campaign.
It was through an advertisement. So what we do of course for partners, we also do for ourselves. So that's how we came in contact with you guys.
And it wasn't that typical advertisement. Also, to be honest, we were a bit stuck with the partner we worked with. So that's also a reason for us that I saw this advertisement. I called Edmond and said, Edmond, I clicked on it. We're planning a video call. Join us for I think I did one video call first myself, just to check, just to not waste Edmond's time, let's say. And after one meeting, I said, Edmond, let's do a second one together. Because I've got a feeling that this is a new vibe. This is a new way they're doing it. They are different. I feel already that they are different.
Yeah.
So let's give it a try. And then also quite fast, as we partnered up quite fast. We partnered up as well quite fast. And we are really happy that we did the jump.
Yeah,
we divorced from the other ones and we married you guys.
Yeah. And another thing which shows the quality of the work you're doing is that we recently decided to spend some more money on marketing. And you see a progressive growth. You know, it's so
we grow together.
It's working.
Yeah, because we see, of course, the numbers. We bring everything clear in numbers. In the last 75 days. Above transactions above 3.5 million. We can, of course, put all the numbers down, put all the commissions down, calculate exactly how much we have spent it and how much
what return we get for indeed.
So we also know on what we are tracked to do, for example, for the rest of the year, and that's something that we want to scale. I think also that's maybe something what differentiates us more from other marketing and sales agencies, especially focused on real estate. Real estate is a numbers game. You also want to know what you put in at the end of the day and get out.
What return you get out of it.
Exactly. And what you see a lot is they're doing emails, they're doing the website, they're doing Google. And because they're doing everything, we've even talked about it today with Google, it's expensive. And if you don't have one thing that you put €2 in and you get €4 out, until you not have that one system, just stay with one system. And that's something we're doing here. We're just keeping it really focused, one platform, and with that platform, we're going to scale further up and have something reliable.
And that's what we like, scaling, but scaling in a good organic way, not just throwing money out there.
Exactly.
Not being sure what a return on investment will be. So that's an important one. And to get back to the past, what we noticed is that the way it worked before was like a static, one direction way. When I had I'm always the critic. You say critic in English? I don't
Critical,
know. The critical guy. I said, guys, okay. And then their answer was, honestly, they really said to us a couple of times, and at the end I was sick of it. They said, hey, let us do it. We've been doing it like this for 20 years. When somebody tells me they've been doing something for 20 years in the same way, in a fast-moving world we live in, especially in a competitive world like real estate, that's a no-go for me. And then you lose me.
This is also the thing, of course, that we hear often. We test every 3 days new advertisements. Continuously new advertisements, new copies, new visuals.
Really?
Because what you see is at the
end... You didn't even know that, huh?
You're playing a numbers game. So it's really about... You can split test for example, what we do is more 3 different advertisements. I've explained you this today. And you can, of course, see the differentiations between the 3 advertisements that you're running. And you see that the numbers of, for example, advertisement 1 are lower than advertisement 3. So you swap out advertisement 3 and you put a new test in. And you just keep going with doing this. So it also doesn't make sense just keeping always the same, because how do you know if you can, for example, optimize it or make it better?
We didn't know that in the past, and now we feel, although we're not into the details or how you do it, but it's a good relationship.
I also think that's for us so nice, because it's just you guys also let us just do our thing,
and we give some input.
Your thing.
That's it.
Oh, good. Now I was going to say, because we're a relatively small company, obviously we have to be rational about our means and about our investments. And maybe contrary to the big companies, they can throw hundreds of thousands of euros per year, or even sometimes per month, I suspect, into Google campaigns, which is if you can get up high up in the ranking, is still very efficient. But that's for smaller brokers, that's impossible to get into because of the competitiveness of the market.
And also for them,
And so you have to be clever, and you have to find something that works for yourself without needing to put these kinds of
and also
that
for,
kind of
for
money.
them, it's a numbers game. But in my honest opinion and personal experience, it also becomes a numbers game as to what your client is. You're a number in one of the 1,000 numbers that comes in. And people realize that, and people want that personal contact, want that good talk, want to be understood in what they're looking for. And that's what we do for our clients, and that's what you guys really do for us as well, and we do together. So that's that's an amazing win-win situation and a good relationship we've started, and it's only 4 months, but it feels like we've been together for years, honestly.
The thing, because it went so fast, it already feels that it has been so long.
Indeed,
And because we have our successes, we had our pains, our gains.
Indeed.
There's more emotion towards it. I even came here with the train today from Madrid to visit and spend the day together. So and also here again, building a relation, seeing.
Absolutely.
Here we can even make more impact because we're also sharing ideas, we're sharing insights. I get to know more about, of course, Marbella Beachfront today. That's amazing.
Good.
Indeed.
From the processes that we have made, the progress that we have made, the leads that we have generated, appointments and the deals. Can you guys tell me something about how that goes? So for example, you pick up a lead, Gwen sends something through into an appointment, a call schedule, whatever at that moment is necessary for giving the person the best advice. How do you guys bring, with your expertise, a person to Marbella, give them the best experience ever for them finding their dream property?
Right. I think maybe the most important thing initially is to listen carefully. You pick up the phone, you talk to them, and you really want to hear what they're looking for, and what they don't want. So you really want to get a good idea of their criteria. I mean, the coast it's so big, the Costa del Sol. We cover everything from Malaga to Soto Grande. I mean, full of projects. So you want to make sure that you what you're gonna offer them is within their criteria. And that requires a lot of, you have to insist on asking the right questions and getting the answers. Sometimes they don't know it, well, that's fine. But when they do know, you want to make sure that you have all the information. That's one. And then secondly, I think it's super important to transmit to them the fact that we have access to all properties on the coast without we're not bind to a certain of our own developments. We don't have our own developments, so we really act on behalf of the buyer. We have our own systems, where all the offer on the coast is given to us. We have direct collaboration with all the developers on the new builds. So for us, it's important to find something which they want. We don't have a certain pressure on the selling side of people wanting us to sell their properties. Obviously, they'd love to, but for us, it doesn't matter if it's property A, B, or C. We want something. So those two things are very important. I think listening and transmitting the fact that we're objective and it's
and not having to push specific projects or specific properties. Because I hear that a lot actually. That people say, hey, actually, at least you guys listen to what we want and what we don't want. And they have sometimes experiences in which they say, I want this and this and that. I want a 3-bedroom with sea view. And then the broker takes you to 2-bedroom without sea view. Like, okay, that's not what the demands of the client is. To getting that, or maybe they get a higher commission on that, I don't know, or they have it listed themselves. So the owner of that specific apartment is really pushing the broker, like, come on, put this in somebody's throat so it's sold because it's been on the market for a year.
We'll give you more commission if you sell mine or something.
We don't have that pressure, and that's.
Do you think it also gives you guys more room to just be more relaxed, and that's why you built that relationship?
Absolutely.
I think that certainly gives us room to be more relaxed. Also, I think we are by nature a little bit relaxed in the sense that we wouldn't kill anybody just to make a deal or something. We'd love to make a deal, and we want to find the properties our clients are looking for, but it's not a life or death situation, and we're in it for the long term.
Yeah. I've of course spent it today, the morning and the afternoon with you guys, and I experienced the same. I don't feel any pressure. I don't feel that we need to rush. Everywhere we came today, it was really peaceful. Just showing me around Marbella.
Yeah.
It's sad you're not staying.
Yeah.
You could make it maybe a bit less relaxed and do some. I'm kidding.
Next time. Next time.
No, but
we'll take you out into the nightlife next time.
For sure. We wanted to come even with the team. It's unfortunate that everything.
Well, we should do
so
that
hectic.
after the summer, whenever, because a lot of, for example, in Belgium, a lot of my friends, they're coming over coming weekend actually. So that might be a bit of more party modus, but we're not really the nightclub. But guys, okay, you have everything here.
Yeah,
you can go really high end, classy, expensive, posh restaurants.
That's it as well. Yeah.
Or you can go
low.
Plastic chairs, chiringuito, on the beach.
Yeah.
At a third of the price of the posh restaurants and eat as good as you would eat in the posh restaurant.
Yeah.
And I like both.
Yeah.
And then we have the nature side. We can go skiing in Sierra Nevada. We were talking about it during our lunch. We can go to Tarifa to do water sports. I didn't even know that, but one of my best friends said you can go whale watching. I'm in love with whales and dolphins. That's why I'm out on the sea so much. But apparently in some periods of the year, he told me, I have to double check that, but I think it's August, September. They do amazing whale watching opportunities. 1 hour drive. Then you can go Ronda. I like hiking with the kids. We go to Ronda. We go to canyoning in the you have Caminito del Rey. You have so much things to do. I'm 39. Edmond is a little bit older, but I will never get bored here. A new restaurants open, new bars, new places. So there's always something going on.
How long have you been here right now?
And almost 2 years now.
Almost 2 years, and you're talking about it as if you've lived here for the last 6 years.
You know, the funny thing is, I have this note, like in my iPhone. I have this shared note with my wife on bars and restaurants.
That's a really good one.
Like input we get from clients, from friends, and we each on our side we put it in and say, okay, we have to go there. That's more Estepona, that's more there. But honestly, I hope that this list would get shorter. Like, okay, tick the box, we did it. We give it a good review or not, whatever. But this list only gets longer. It gets longer and longer.
I also think because you guys are so invested in Marbella and the city, the restaurants, everything that's surrounded by it. But also you can give it back again to your clients for them experiencing those feelings that you guys are always looking for.
Sometimes I feel, I don't feel, I am the guide. Because we have clients that exactly know, I want a villa in Nueva Andalusia. Okay, that's easy. We know already. But actually most of the clients, in my experience, are like, we want to invest or we want a second home in the Costa del Sol. But we don't even know the region. Or actually our first deal together was a Dutch couple, amazing people. They became friends. Most of our clients become friends. That's when, we did a good job.
Such a nice deal actually, because also the picture that got shared, for example, in the group chat with them together. Celebrating.
Indeed.
That's right.
Indeed.
I've even written a post about that because that for us as a company, it gives so much satisfaction because
absolutely.
we always only see numbers, from leads to appointments, from deals.
And I think, that's this was an important thing which comes to mind as well. So the coast, like Mathieu is saying, the coast is it's quite big. I mean, if you from Malaga to Soto Grande, so many different places, so many good developments, so many good urbanizations. Sometimes people don't know exactly where they want to be. And so you want to show them everything, but you want to also avoid that they get too confused, so that they don't know, this is nice, but that's nice and that's nice. So they're all over the place, so to speak. So you want to really guide them and explain them, this place is interesting because it has the best golf courses near and it has two of the best international schools nearby. this is closer to, the best nightlife, whatever it is. But you want to explain a little bit.
And
the
both the positive, the pros and the cons.
Yeah.
And I love doing that.
Yeah.
Just taking, I do it sometimes with a client. If they really don't know where to go, where they want to be, instead of showing them properties, I show them areas. I do it both on land, and as you both know, I have a boat sharing club as well, and I do it from the water.
Oh,
because that's something also
you can be included, of course.
The whole experience. So we say, okay, let's do it from the water side, and you have a whole different view, and I can show there you see Sierra Blanca, you have Real de la Quita, there you have that, and in one afternoon we see, okay, in that region's known with Andalusia is the Gulf Valley. There you have a bit more this and that. So then people, you give them time and maybe let them sink that in for a couple of weeks, and we do a second trip, because by then they realize, okay, we feel it a bit more for that and that region.
Crucial as well, sorry to interrupt you, crucial is of course budget as well. Sometimes they come in, I have €1 million and I want a villa. Okay, forget Marbella in that case. You don't have a villa for $1 million with sea views. So then you move maybe outside of Estepona still, although prices are rising steeply there as well.
New Golden Mile.
New Golden Mile, so in between Marbella and Estepona, or you go west of Estepona, direction of Manilva even. There's a lot of things happening there as well. So we have to be really aware and conscious of that as well. What's the budget? And often the budget is it can be limiting something. If they want, budget, but they want golf views, mountain views, walking distance to the beach, then, a lot of destinations can be eliminated, which helps the process. I mean, otherwise it becomes too complicated.
This was also something I was thinking of, because when you thought about, you're not only bringing them to the property, you're also showing them everything around there. The location. And I think the location is something that gets overlooked so much, because, for example, talking about myself, I'm living in Madrid, so living in Madrid, you want to have a good location for living there. You want that everything is easy access, and the same for example, people going here to Marbella.
Well, there's many good locations here, so it's not, you can't say anymore that this is the prime location. There's many prime locations. Obviously, Guadalajara, Marbella, Zagaleta, those places are still very, very, very top, high end and expensive, but. There's so many good places. And,
would you say you have a certain thinking process of, for example, knowing exactly what the person needs or what to show them, or as what you also said in the beginning, you need to listen really good, because that gives you all the information you need beforehand. But is there, for example, a certain thinking process where you guys also know what to show that person, or for questions to ask for giving them a better service?
I think important to know is a couple of things. We mentioned budget. We mentioned sometimes often they have their own criteria already. They say, I want sea views. It has to have sea views. But what we see more and more is people not only looking to buy a second home, but really either immediately or gradually relocate. So often they buy and they want to be coming maybe a couple of weeks in the first year, and a couple of months in the next year, and 3 years from now they want to be moved permanently here. So once they're looking to relocate permanently, criteria can be a little bit different than when they're looking for a second home. If you want a second home, maybe you want to go drive 20 minutes up into the mountains, have the most spectacular view. But if you're living here permanently, everything is far away, and you might not want to do that. So
that's always a big dilemma for clients. You want to have a nice sea view, or on the beach, or you want to be a bit more up the hills, but then you have to drive a bit more. That's always a big dilemma, and that's why we show them all types. Once you narrow down a bit. Then I still show them completely different things. To give them the feeling like, do I see myself live here, whether permanently or a holiday home? By the way, I read a study talking about relocating. 40% of the international buyers on the Costa del Sol are thinking about relocating within 1 to 3 years.
Imagine,
Which, like, supply and demand. I'm still an economist.
It's what we're seeing. It's what we're seeing.
I'm still an economist. More and more Americans are even coming. I get to know more and more from all over the world. And that is, again, because of this attractiveness of things to do, climate, good social security, good schools. It's all of that together.
Maybe
that
fiscal incentives. You know, it's not
also.
maybe the most fiscally attractive country in the world, but for some persons it can be. Wealth tax has been abolished recently, so that's for some.
But back to your question about thinking process, we have some structure for ourselves. But for me, every client is different. It's such a tailor-made process. Every experience is different, and that's what makes it fun for us. You know, we're not selling, not to be rude, but we're not selling washing machines. We're not even selling houses. For me, we're selling a dream. We're helping people to find their dream home, both investment wise, as emotional investment and feeling wise. And that's it's not buying a bread that you do every day. It's so important for those people. You don't do that every year. Most of the people do it maybe once, twice in their lives. Or relocate.
And even I would say we even do a little bit of due diligence for them sometimes, in the sense of, you know, a lot of sales nowadays are with new developments where people buy off plan. Interesting, of course, because you step in at a lower price.
Early stage, sometimes even
prices,
without building license.
Prices would increase.
I love it in the follow-up, because we get people, of course, in our CRM system with lots of, they have lots of needs. So, and then because we have certain projects that you guys are, of course, giving to Gwen, your sales agent, we also know more what we can give the person and make it also more tailored to their needs.
But what we see as well is, as the market is growing and it's so strong and demand is high, you see a lot of cowboys also coming into the market. You see developers who are a little bit less reliable. A client might not know it, but we do. So we have to say, watch out for this one. I mean, they're asking 80% of payments during the construction because they don't have any of their own cash. And if they're not selling, it might be a problem. Whereas the other one, you know, they don't mind how much they sell, how quickly they're gonna start building with their own money. You only have to pay 60% at the end, which means they have enough funds to finance the construction. So those kind of that kind of information is very important as well.
Differentiator, I think, for ourselves. Checking out, we have contacts with all developers, but as you have with brokers, as you have with bankers, and as you have with marketeers, you have good ones and you have less good or bad ones. And we select the good ones, the ones that we have experienced, the ones that have done a lot of project that, you know, guys, this is top notch, this is quality, price quality, plus location wise, a good combination of things. And not maybe a cheaper property or a cheaper project, but where you know that once they get the keys to their off-plan development, when it's finished, they get the keys, and you know 1 year later, you will have an unsatisfied customer. But we are still the guys that sold them their dream, but it's not a dream. If the dream becomes a nightmare, then it's our fault in the end.
And has it ever happened that you guys had really a bad case where somebody was super unsatisfied and they looked you guys down on it?
I'm too fresh on this because
I've been doing this in 9 years, but no, there used to be a developer which was very famous here. You had billboards everywhere. By NOK. NOK stands for Norwegian Krones, so they wanted to give an impression of very elite high-end. They ended up being crooks, and they, I think until today, they're being searched for by the federal police. They fled Spain. So that's a story. That's a known story. A lot of people bought with them. They were too cheap, and they were selling off plants, and it was basically a pyramid scheme. So, but that was a long time ago. That was 2000. They left, I think, 2012 or something. 2012, 2020, just before the before COVID. But we haven't had. We do our due diligence. We look at the developers. We also have a lot of relationship with lawyers. Who sometimes can do work for us before they start talking or working for our clients. They can do a little bit of due diligence. Listen, this is a new developer. We don't know him. Can you have a quick look? And then we look at the balance sheet and we see if they're solvable and if they
and talking off-plan projects during the process, there can be a little struggle between the buyer and the developer, and then we step in. We help to decide, I want to change something in the apartment. If it's it doesn't matter. Then we try to solve it. there are problems pop up in a process like this.
But
Then what happens
you also solve them, right?
Yeah.
You solve them, you see a problem, and also I think when you come to new heights, of course, new problems occur. So it's always a part of the process. To talk about new heights, what is the ambition for Marbella Beachfront, let's say in the next 12 months?
I would say we continue as we're doing at the moment. We've recently upped the ante and increased our budget. So we believe in the cost of the soul. We believe in the potential of the market. We believe. I believe we're in a super cycle. With always the real estate is always cyclical, but I think the growth is going to go on for at least, I would say, at least another 5 years. It's always hard to predict exactly what will happen.
As demand.
But I mean, it's good food, good weather, lots of things to do, good infrastructure, safe. I mean, name it, and then compare this with other places in the world. I think it's the best place to live in the world. Seriously.
Yeah. So we want to grow together with you guys, together with Lead Estate, in a good and organic way. Like Edmond said before, for me, we're not two separate companies. We're one company, and you're our marketing department. From Marbella Beachfront. And we don't want to overgrow it. We don't want to grow too fast. So we can follow.
As we're now doing, it's heading towards 50 to 20 million, and I also think that's something. You guys.
That's great.
If we grow in terms of let's say personnel and resource, if we would add another member on our staff, it would have to be someone with the same mentality as Mathieu and myself have. With really.
But maybe that's not even necessary, because we've also already been thinking about this. We're going to do more advertising budgets. Our pipeline with leads is growing further every day. As we already said, like 2 leads, 3 leads every day are coming in. And perhaps the process is already standing. So for you can already focus on closing the deal. Maybe we need to focus on putting another sales agent, someone like the sales agent that you guys are having right now, for just boosting that process up even more. And the deal.
And then probably as we are growing, we will need from the final commercial stage what we do. Then let me call it like that. We will need extra support when that day comes. But like Edmond said, we want to find then people. There's a lot of people, and again, it's hard to find. It's hard to find a good. Good chemistry, the same vibe, the same idea as we do. Not greedy, hard sales people. Just good, real, genuine people. That's a bit our vibe and our...
Absolutely,
what we stand for, and we will always stand for.
I like you guys the most. I think also that makes it like perfectly fitting all together. As I'm hearing you guys now speak, of course, all the things that you're saying, you're both agreeing on. I don't hear a disagreement. Would you say that's maybe
maybe
maybe some other factors, but in the real estate and how you guys both are seeing Marbella Beachfront, you're really aligned in that sense.
That's true.
Completely.
So we were talking, of course, about the ambition of Marbella Beachfront and how you guys now want to perceive and go further, and you have the ambitions as well to eventually find another person that's going to support you guys in the deal making.
The goal itself is not to find someone to find another let's say member of our team, but it hopefully is a consequence of our growth as we are growing at the moment. We'll get to a point that Mathieu and myself, we won't be able to handle it anymore. But like I said, it has to be someone with the same mentality and dedication to our clients. I think we might be getting there maybe this year, if not this year, next year, because it's really, demand is really it's only growing, and I don't see it stopping or slowing down.
So it's funny because you guys are, of course, thinking about it, but don't yet have it really clear where you want to go in the next, let's say, 1 year. Of course, it just
in terms of numbers, grow. I would say where we're growing, and let's keep growing, and let's see. I mean, we're in the high end of the market, so that's above €1 million. So I mean, if you sell €1 million apartment, or suddenly you sell an €8 million villa, I mean, this can really impact the growth figure. So sometimes it's just one transaction which suddenly lifts you to a different level in terms of growth or numbers. Mm-hmm. But then you won't need to hire another person for that.
Yeah, we just want to grow in a good way.
Yeah, we want in a nice way, in a good way.
I think what is one of the most important things is also just keep doing what you're already doing, because you know it's working.
That's it.
And if you guys are changing too much of the trajectory, then it's going the wrong way.
Indeed.
But if you want a target, I would say we will double our sales in the coming 12 months.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's our goal, huh?
Yeah.
Cool how it is going.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. As in digital marketing wise, right? You guys are of course focused on real estate. How does it sometimes feel that, of course, the world is evolving with platforms like Idealista, you have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have Google, you have all these platforms. Do you guys sometimes maybe feel overwhelmed, thinking you need to step in somewhere, you're getting behind on competition?
I leave it to you guys. You're the pros, and you're doing it in a very satisfactory way. So I'm fine with that.
I'll step
into...
It's
an easy answer, maybe.
No, but I'll step into...
Because Mathieu, you are really involved. From the first beginning, when we had the first kickoff meetings, you already had ideas and you wanted to...
Yeah, indeed. I tried to come up with some as I'm a bit younger again than Edmond, I tried to think of new ways, new ideas.
Yeah.
What would I always try to step into the feet of the client or the market. Yeah. What do people want to see? What are they interested in? And Instagram, for example, if you have an Instagram page which only shows you properties and properties and properties and properties, I want to show the people what life in Marbella is like. Yeah. Yeah. In Marbella, and let's say in Andalusia in total. Yeah. I sometimes post very amateuristic, stupid hike tips of hikes I do with my family. And those are actually the posts that are most viewed. Yeah. And I give them the tip, okay, you park here, you go there, and that's what people are interested in. Yeah. Whether they're potential buyers or not, I don't care. But that's how our brand, how our name gets out. And it's, Mathieu. I lately had was really funny. I had a message from somebody asking me, can you tell me again the hike tip, where should I go? And she's, I found it on your Instagram page, all the info. Yeah. So you want to bring more than just house after house after project after project, etc. You want to show them what's all possible, whether it's golf-wise, whether it's water sports-wise, whether it's boat-wise, whether it's skiing or whatever. You want to show them what there is to do. New restaurants, new bars. That's a bit the whole. Yeah,
what we always hear is that the Instagram itself doesn't give you leads or highly qualified leads, but it increases your credibility and it enhances the
and a good website. It's one package.
So it's a standard that you're giving people, right? At the end of the day, also doing this podcast today, doing it in a high quality setup, making sure we have good cameras, good audio. It's all a standard that, of course, also people in the luxury real estate are expecting of a luxury broker. Yeah. It wouldn't make sense if we're going to make a video in our bedroom and then sell an apartment of €2 million.
Indeed.
If you do something, do it good. Absolutely.
A good Instagram, a good website where people find talking. Then I'll get to your Idealista site. Yeah. You want people to find, if they want to just look a bit on their own. Yeah. On our website, we have I think 95% of the market is on there with a good search engine with real properties. Because that's what the biggest difficulty with Idealista is, honestly. There's, I think, 40-50% of what's on there is bullshit.
And it's very outdated often.
Yes, outdated, it's fake. Yeah. And what some brokers do, they put a property on it that has been sold 2 years ago, but they leave it on there because it had beautiful pictures, so people click on it, and then the client calls them and say, "Oh yeah, but this one's not on the market anymore," and that is so frustrating for the consumer, for the client. I'm actually quite sure that some people just even give up on their search. Because they wanted to do it all themselves and look on Idealista and called 100 brokers and they said, "Is this the?" And that's what fucks up the market a bit, in my honest opinion. And that's where we have to show them, convince them that there's another way to do it. And that's the most difficult part in our job.
Maybe something important in that respect as well is that some clients might think that if they go directly on Idealista or they look for developers, they might get they might squeeze out the commission of the broker, so they get a little bit better deal. That's certainly not the case. I mean, the developers they and most resales as well, I would say almost all, they really respect the structure, they respect the brokers. So they did
the opposite way. Even I had last a deal with a Belgian client, resales off-market property. So to give you just an example, talking about Idealista, which is, of course, it's the most known platform, and it's good that there is a platform like that for people to have a look and see what's price-wise, where are we at, what can I buy for that budget. So I'm not going to break down Idealista completely, but it's actually due to what brokers put into it, or fakely put into it, that it's a bit lowering the quality level. So a good example is a deal we did. A guy I've never met before, also became a friend. He's one of my golf buddies now. So it's really cool meeting. That's also what I do it for. It's not only the money. We have to make money. We have to live, of course. But it's the whole concept around it. So I found for this family, I found their dream townhouse in Wevan-Lucia. They wanted to be close to golf courses. And I found them an off-market property. So it wasn't even anywhere online, through a good friend, other brokers, because brokers work together here, And I asked him, and he found something. We came in there, so it wasn't on the market yet. And after 10 minutes, he told me, "Matthew, I want this property, and I'm gonna bid the asking price. We're not gonna negotiate." Took him. Went outside, talked to him, said, "Let me handle this." Said, "But I need to be sure I need to have it. When I step out here, my wife will kill me if I don't have it." You stay outside for a sec, I'll do it. We got 50,000 euros cheaper. So I got 50K off. He was going to offer 50K more. So 5 minutes later, this guy was really happy. He bought me.
He owes you a few rounds of golf.
Indeed, and a good dinner, but he gave me that. So everybody's happy. And that's where we go the extra mile. And that's what good brokers in general
and
do.
It can the other way around can happen as well, where the buyer has to pay the asking price. If not, they won't get it. I mean,
indeed. So
new builds, especially new builds, what they used to do, the developers, what they normally do, almost do, they start with pre-launch prices, and prices go up as the construction evolves. So you have price lists every 3, 6, 8 months, whatever it is, and it just go up. So
sometimes up until 30% between building license phase, pre-launch, let's say, and the end of the project. So investment-wise, that's also if you're there at the start, you get the first choice. You get the best unit. And as
you need to have a reliable developer. And that's key.
And that's also what we've seen. In advertisements right now, for example, that we have really good projects. And those generate so good amount of leads because they're really good projects. You guys can also back it up. To talk more about it.
So, but it's important to note. We have some really, really good projects. There's a lot of shit projects as well, and you have to.
And honestly, they get sold as well. Sometimes even faster than the good ones. price-wise, there's also
Yeah.
mostly a difference, but
Yeah. So, but in our segment, we offer the good ones, and luckily there's enough of them. Yeah, and there's still space to grow, especially if you go, east or west of Marbella. If you go to towards Mijas Costa, there's a lot of offer. There's a lot of space to build new developments. If you go towards Estepona and further, there's also a lot of space to build new developments. Around Marbella itself, it's limited, and the ones that get launched here, they sell out quickly and expensively. But there's still options all around. Obviously, the geography of the coast is helping a lot. You have the mountains, so up and if it would be flat, you'd be very limited. But because of the mountains, you have so much nice plots to develop, all with nice views, being it to the mountain, to the golf course, or to the sea. And
but all
so it's
all with respect for nature.
Yeah.
And before, I think 70s, 80s, when everything was growing, they're like, boom, boom, let's build.
Yeah, you have green zones, certain green zones, which have to be respected.
Playgrounds for the kids, you have, that's a good combination of things to grow as we want to grow as a company, but then building development-wise, there's more respect. And getting back to what we previously said about the shitty projects or bankrupt developments, because you still see them when you drive around. Every here and there you see
ghost towns.
Not ghost town, but just this project was 10 years old.
You used to see the ghost
politics.
towns.
That's politics. That's banks. Get it out and build something new or make it into a green zone. But that market, after the financial crisis, both European and Spanish regulations has been, because it's sometimes a question, is it safe? You have bank guarantees in new developments. It cannot be safer because the development company has to be backed by bank guarantees, so that it's as safe as you would buy a property in Belgium, in the Netherlands, or anywhere else in Europe. So that's
the crisis helped a lot in that sense. Before the crisis, people would just sell and everything was allowed basically. Nowadays, you're obliged as a developer to issue bank guarantees. So people who buy, they pay in installments. Those installments are guaranteed if something goes wrong with the development. And that and also the banks obviously are not financing like before 110% anymore. So people are always in it a little bit. They always have some skin in the game. So they always have their own money in it. So this strengthens the market enormously.
For sure, yeah. And then we had COVID.
Yeah.
How horrible it was, but it helped. Look at us. I relocated. You live in Madrid. Yeah. So more and more people, whether they're young or less young, they realize that a lot of people I meet here, they just I can do my job from here.
Yeah.
And that's why would you do it in a shitty climate if you can do your job in an amazing climate?
Indeed. That was also one of the things, because with Corona, of course, when it happened, I suffered a lot of being home, stuck in home.
Indeed.
And around the time, I think I was 18. 18.
Where were you in the Netherlands at the time?
I was in the Netherlands at the time, yeah.
He's only 22, Edmond.
Yeah.
just finishing middle school. So I was going to high school, actually. It happened there, but it already gave me so much insight of if this is going to happen again, and I'm stuck in the Netherlands, I'm stuck in home. There's no,
like so many people.
No place to go.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Good.
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
I think the 60 minutes is over.
Okay.
Right.
So let's.
You had any more questions prepared? Maybe you can shoot them out boom boom, like this quick.
This is everything.
Okay,
thank you guys very much for today. We're going.
Maarten, thank you for coming all the way from Madrid to Marbella.
For sure.
Let's go have a lovely dinner tonight together.
Let's have a lunch first, no?
Thanks.
A lunch.
Okay, good.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks.